And every once in a while, we like to bring on our good friend Chip Riedmann. He is a retired construction contractor, and we talked to Chip about school construction. We're going to do that in a moment, but before we get to that, we're going to have Chip talk about something else that he enjoys doing, and that's VinNebraska. First of all, Chip, welcome back to the show.
Thank you. I appreciate you guys having me in.
You know, we were talking earlier, we started video recording Grow Omaha shows right about a year ago, and we put them on growomaha.com, and people can go, watch the show as well. We even have a thing called Uncut, where you can watch and see the things we say and do during the commercial breaks. Well, it was right about last year when you were on the show when we started doing that.
Yes, I was kind of surprised to come in and have that come out, that it was a year ago you started, and I was one of the first.
You can see them on the website.
Yeah, in fact, we were shooting still photos for the new website at that time, and you were actually on our website all over the place.
Yes, it's a nice shot of the side of my head with all the gray hair.
Well, it looks good.
Thank you.
That means the new website is about a year old.
That's true, yeah. And then we launched the newsletter on April 8th. The Grow Omaha newsletter launched on April 8th, and we're up over 10,000 subscribers now.
And I enjoy that. I get that every week, and I really, really enjoy it. I email it to a few people. My daughter, she's in architecture, and she enjoys reading it, so it's a great magazine.
We're 10 or 11,000 people. People are really opted into the newsletter.
Yeah, it's really taken off. So, well, hey, Chip, we always we love this VinNebraska event that happens every year. Tell us about VinNebraska.
It's an annual event held every year. Even through COVID, we made it. The first year of COVID, of course, we had to cancel it because everything was getting canceled. But last year we did it, virtual. But this year we're back in person. We're planning on being live. I don't think anything's going to stop us now. We're looking good. It's been going on for over 30 years now. Is how long this event's been going.
That's the VIN number?
There is no VIN number for it. It's VinNebraska. One word, all put together with two N's in the middle. And you can look it up online, VinNebraska.com. That's where you'd go if you want to get tickets for it.
Okay, so what happens at it?
It's a 2-evening event. There's a Friday evening, which is a little bit more expensive. Sponsors buy tables ranging in value from, up to $10,000 people pay for a table to go there. And it gets down to $39.50, I think, is the lower end. You also get tickets for the Saturday night event. And that is more of an intimate setting where you get to meet the vintners that are there. You'll have one sitting at your table. It's a 6-course meal paired with wines. So we've got approximately 24 vintners coming this year. So that means you're going to have in the range of 20 wines come across your table while you're eating 6 courses of dinner. It's quite the deal and just very enjoyable if you love wine and good food.
Sounds like a good event for Uber.
Yes, it is. It is. It's at the Marriott. I would say you could stay there, but now that we got 2 concerts coming up the same weekend. Oh, it is April 8th and 9th. I probably should say that.
Yep.
April 8th and 9th, Friday and Saturday.
Carlos Santana on Saturday.
Kid Rock.
Oh, so it's a downtown Marriott.
It's a downtown Marriott.
I'm sure there's a lot of crossover between the VinNebraska goers and Kid Rock.
Yeah, I don't think you'll see too much mixing between the two. Actually, we were concerned about that. Yeah, 1 or 2. The concerts will be going on while we're having our event, so we'll be winding down probably when those people are coming back across. I heard the Marriott's got tickets for like $900 a night. Or something
really?
Like that.
For
the
that
tickets
night?
They have just skyrocketed. And I get it. They're booked up. The Hilton has a major event going on for, I think it's Support Works, is having an event going on there, a big convention. So that booked the Hilton up for most of the weekend. So the Marriott's sitting, in really good catbird seat, I guess you'd say it, for these 2 concerts coming up.
Huh,
but anyway, so that's the Marriott. We'll shout out for them. We have a charity every year, and we rotate every year so that different charities get involved. And this year and next year, we'll have the Stevens Center down in South Omaha. Very well-respected organization. They do a lot for the community. They have an emergency shelter for helping people that suddenly find themselves without a home, or they help the homeless. Men, women, families. They have an addiction recovery division or center to the place. They take a lot of donations for helping people. It's just one of the better programs in the city of Omaha for helping people that are just down on their luck.
And kudos to John Hoyt, who gave a lot of money for the Stevens Center, and he's always been a big supporter of that.
Yes, he always has. He's got a building named after him because of a big donation, and that's I have no problem with people getting a building named after him if they put the money up there for it.
That's not the only one.
It's great. Yeah. So the Stevens Center is the sponsor or the charity we're working with this year. Yeah, the benefactor. So Friday night's the dinner, sponsorship tables. Saturday night is more geared to the individual person. Bring your wife, get a group of people come down. It's $175. Now, I will say this. The ticket prices were supposed to go up, I think like $20 here last Monday, but they haven't done that yet. I don't know if anyone's just not looking. So it's to your benefit. If you're interested in going, get the ticket soon while they're still $175.
And if you put in the promo code Chip Riedmann, it'll be the same price.
Yes, that's absolutely right. It's the tasting. The tasting is 2 hours from 5 to 7, and the change this year is we're having a dinner instead of having heavy hors d'oeuvres during the event. We want you to stay because we have a big grand auction. Of course, there's a silent auction going on during that time. Baskets, great different products that people have out there. But the vendors will actually be bringing wines, or they'll be offering tastings at their winery for people to bid on. And so now this year, we went to the dinner format because we want people to stick around for it. It's all about raising money for the charity, right? So the more people we have there, hopefully we can get higher bidding going on for the prices because more people will be sticking around.
Well, after they drink those 24 wines, you might get some serious bidding.
Yes.
VinNebraska.com, right?
Yes, VinNebraska.com. There's also a VIP ticket sold. If people want to come an hour early, so it'll be a much smaller crowd, so you'll have a better chance to talk to the vendors.
Pre-game.
Yes, pre-gaming. That's from 4 to 5. If people are interested in that, you can look online and see what the benefits are for that. So that's a new thing this year, too.
All right, well, check it out. It's a great event for a great cause and a lot of fun. And, Chip, we're going to have you hang on with us. We got to take our middle of the show break, and when we come back, you do such a good job of keeping up with all of the schools that are under construction, all these school projects. We're going to touch on that a little bit when we come back from the break. All right, we have Chip Riedmann with us, a retired construction contractor who does a really good job of keeping up with what's going on in this construction world. And, Chip, once a year, we like to give people an update about some of the academic and school projects that are under development at this time.
There's never been a failure of plenty of business going on in the school sector. It's interesting to look at Omaha and the suburbs and how things work and where the growth is. So a few years ago, you could say Bellevue, had a lot of schools going up. Papillion had a lot of schools. Elkhorn has been very, very steady in a lot of schools. There was a point they were building a new elementary school almost every year. I think this almost went on for like 6-7 years. It was constantly new elementary schools, and then it was a middle school or two. Then they got Elkhorn South, and now Elkhorn is building, has another high school. So Elkhorn has dominated a lot of the school construction. Now you can see the swing is going to Gretna and what's going on there. They're kind of almost approaching this new school a year or every 2 years. They had, elementary school number 6 came out in fall of 2020. That's in Falling Waters. These are subdivisions I'm sure you guys know about.
192nd and Harrison. I've got land available.
Yeah.
If you have a gas station, convenience store, or strip center, or food, or whatever you want. Northwest corner of 192nd Harrison.
Well, there are schools.
Thanks, Chip,
you bet. Well, schools are like build it and they will come. You build a school, and it's going to fill the subdivision.
And churches.
And you're going to have other businesses out there. The next one was Harvest Hills, opened 1 year later in fall of 2021. And that's out at 192nd and Schramm. So you see the growth is heading out southwest. Now they're on number 8, which will be coming in, I believe, the fall of 2024. It's just going through the bidding process. It's out about 170th and Giles, which is not too far away from where the Gretna High School is going up, which is at 180th and Lincoln, a little bit farther south, a little bit southwest of there. So it's a new high school. That's going to open up in not this fall, but next fall, 2023. There's a new middle school they're talking about, looking at in 2025. I don't think they've picked a location for that yet. So Gretna has got, and also they're talking about Gretna number 9. Elementary school. There's no decisions made. I don't think it's part of this bond issue that was just passed here a couple of years ago, but they got their charts showing what their population is, and it's up, and that means more kids, and more schools.
Kudos to Mayor Mike Evans out in Gretna. He does an amazing job along with his city staff, the planning department, and the city council in Gretna, and the outlet mall is amazing, and we're going to see a lot of great things, and if this lake takes place, Gretna will be even more on fire. But what's interesting, Chip, is how when development and construction times are a little bit slow, which doesn't happen much in our listening area, you see it's a lot of civic projects in schools. But now with all kinds of other development going on, it just adds to it. It's amazing how busy construction is right now.
Yeah, it is crazy, and there's a shortage of trades. It's that situation. Maybe we spent too much time pushing kids into college. They should have been going becoming, like in my case, we need bricklayers. They need electricians. You look at Facebook and Google what they're doing with the electricians. Those are considered national electrical projects. They don't pull locally. They don't pull regionally.
Travelers.
They pull from the entire nation, trying to get enough electricians to deal with all that construction going on at Facebook, Google, Microsoft, and all those projects.
There's tradespeople that are renting houses and bringing their campers and everything else.
Oh,
and
sure.
they'll live here for years to work on those data centers.
Absolutely. And the schools they've had trouble with schools. I've heard of stories of schools that maybe would have one drywall contractor bid it, maybe one or two electricians bidding it. That's tough. I mean, you want to have competitive bidding for a project. Well, if one guy kind of gets word on the street that he might be the only guy bidding it, well, he's not going to try and lowball it. He knows he can have a chance to make some money. And it's not going to be gouging because that just doesn't work. You run the risk of someone else popping up at the last minute.
Right.
So you have to be reasonable in your price. But if you know it's not 5 guys or 10 guys you're bidding against, like I've seen in some years, you can at least come out with a reasonable price and give the customer a reasonable product. OPS is the other side of the coin. With the last bond issue there, I think that was like $400 million. So we got 2 high schools opening up this year, and I'm going to have a trivia question for you guys on this one.
This is
we'll
good.
See if you're ready for that.
Stump the boys.
Yep. So they got 2 new elementary schools. One going up Fort Crook and Childs. It's called Forest Station Elementary. Pine Elementary. If you're down in South Omaha, I'd like to go down to Casio's. Look across the street. My company was involved in that one. That is Pine Elementary at 10th and Pine Street.
That's the old Grace University.
Yes, exactly. There was Gateway Elementary was built down in South Omaha, right next to where I used to work when I was growing up, down at 42nd S. Now there's 42nd Y is Blue Stem Middle School. They had saved a chunk of that, so they made middle school and middle school and elementary school right next to each other. So now you got Westview High School. That's the one going up on 158th and Ida. Do you have any construction out there or anything you can promote? Or
Nope, sorry.
No? Okay.
No listings by that high school, Trenton.
Okay, well, build it and they will come. You'll have stuff coming. And you got Buena Vista at the old Ryan High School down at 60th and L Street. So here's the trivia question
I did
for you.
sell them some of the land.
Oh, did you?
Yeah.
Okay. So there's 3 new high schools. Every high school has to have a name. And those names are important to the kids as they're growing up.
Right.
Okay, so Gretna, let's start with that one. Do you know what Gretna's mascot is?
The old Gretna High School is the Dragons.
Dragons. Okay, that's a good hint right there. Get you in
the Griffins.
Very good.
Yeah,
I'm impressed.
I read that somewhere.
Can we have a ding, ding, ding for that or for getting that one? Westview High School, Northwest Omaha. What is their mascot?
The Maggots.
No.
The Demogorgons.
No. Small furry creature.
The Chinchilla.
The hamster.
Likes to live in a hole. There's a college team with that name.
Badgers.
Wolverines.
Okay.
You're close. You're getting close. Okay, Buena Vista. We're talking much bigger animal for this one. Buena Vista.
I saw this one.
An elephant.
Snuffleupaguses.
No, not that big. Not that big. Well, no, not that big.
The ostriches.
No. Come on, get your head out of the sand.
Well played. Give us we need one more hint.
Okay, that's one more hint.
What does it start with?
It roamed the plains.
Buffalo.
Close.
Bison.
Very good.
Yeah,
you got it.
Bison.
There you go. So that's the school activity going on. And, of course, there's other projects going on with some other schools and refurbishing and additions. Bennington's got an elementary coming, so it just doesn't end. Everything's spreading out, but OPS is building up the core, like you were talking about earlier on, to take care of the kids that do live in town.
Well, Chip, we appreciate you bringing us up to speed with that because, we talk so much about construction, but we rarely mention schools, and it's millions and millions of dollars worth of school construction right now. 3 major high schools. That's impressive. Chip, thank you so much for joining us today.
Hey, I appreciate you having me on, and thanks for the plug for VinNebraska.
Yeah, check out VinNebraska.com.
Yep, April 8th and 9th. And that's Chip Riedmann, our good friend and construction expert. We'll have him back next year if he's willing.
If you like this video, be sure to hit those like and subscribe buttons. And remember, Grow Omaha is not just media. This is a mission. We are trying to build up Omaha and make it an even better place. We can only do that with your help. Share this video with your friends, neighbors, and family.